The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Welcome. Come in. I'm Tammy Grimes. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Of course, when they say it, they refer to what diamonds represent. Wealth, power, luxury. However, there can be a time when a diamond, a hard and glittering diamond, can acquire a personality, and yes, even life of its own. Of course, where you have life, you may also find death.
Are there any more chops?
Yep.
Well, serve them.
Nope. It's time we had a talk. You can't hide behind that wall of food any longer.
What are you talking about?
You can't fortify yourself behind a hill of flesh anymore. You've got to face the world.
And do what?
I don't know. Rob, kill, swindle, whatever's necessary to get on in this life.
Our mystery drama, Dottie, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Terry Keane. And I'll be back shortly with Act One. What did a certain Mr. Lewis say? Those long, dull, monotonous years of middle-aged prosperity or middle-aged adversity are excellent campaigning weather for the devil. Yes, the devil's always lurking about, isn't he? Ever on the alert for an opportunity. Doesn't he ever take any time off? Well, the year is about 1880. We are in a small western frontier town, in the lobby, such as it is, of the Excelsior Hotel. The Excelsior is an extremely accommodating establishment which caters to a great many needs. You can get a room, you can get a drink, a meal, a game of chance, and even the companionship of a sympathetic lady. It is late of a Saturday afternoon, and the place is going, as they say, at full blast. Suddenly, someone notices a woman standing in the doorway.
Hey, who's a pretty girl?
Oh, you're a nice-looking girl.
There is quiet. She is indeed a different sort of woman. She is perhaps in her late 20s, with large and luminous blue eyes. Spun golden hair seems to form a halo about her beautiful, delicate face. But she seems to be troubled and tired, frail, travel-stained, and vulnerable.
Ma'am, are you all right?
I'm sorry.
Here, now, you let me have that bag.
No, but nobody will take this bag from me. Do you hear? Nobody.
Now, ma'am, you be careful with that pistol.
Now, let's everybody be careful.
You don't look so good, ma'am. Now, a drink of water, huh?
Water. Please, yes.
Jerry, get her a glass of water.
It's gone so heavy.
Somebody catch her. She's fainting. No, easy now. Set her down on this chair right here. Now, one of you girls, you run upstairs and get some smelling salts or something. You just set it on down right there beside her.
Oh, I can't get it loose. She's clutching it for dear life.
Why did we come here, Bobby? Why? I don't want to be rich. I just want to be happy, and I want to be in love.
She's out of her mind. Who's got that water?
Bobby? Where'd you go, Bobby?
Here, now, you just drink this, ma'am. Now.
What?
Drink the water.
What?
Now, easy, ma'am, easy.
Oh. No, don't take it away. Oh, it's been so long.
And yeah, that's why you have to go slow now. Now, that's plenty.
Oh, please, more.
No, that's all for now. Now, you can't drink it all at once.
What place is this?
You're safe and sound in the Excelsior Hotel, Drywell, Arizona.
My bag. Where's my bag?
You're still holding on to it.
My gun.
Now, so somebody pick up that Colt 44. Smells like it's been fired recent.
Oh.
Hey, you got 6 empty shells in there. What happened?
My horse, I think I left him outside. My horse.
Tommy, go on out and bring him around to the stable.
Oh, thank you. You're all so kind. You're so generous.
Well, ma'am, you're in God's country now. You ain't back east any longer.
How did you know I was from the east?
Well, ma'am, I guess the same way you could tell I'm from the west. Just as soon as I open my mouth. Oh, my name's Joe Selleck, and I own this hotel.
I'm Harriet Truesdale.
Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs. I'm a widow.
Well, I am genuinely sorry to hear that.
My husband was killed 3 days ago.
Where? How?
I just can't talk about it, not yet. I have to get some rest, some sleep. Do you have a room?
Oh, we surely do. Ed, give Mrs. Truesdale number 7 ahead of the stairs.
Thank you.
Well, now, I'll have to apologize in advance for the noise, Miss Truesdale. You know, this gets to be kind of noisy place on a Saturday night.
Oh, that's all right. I haven't slept in 3 days and 3 nights. I'll sleep.
Mary Lou, you want to escort Miss Truesdale here upstairs and help her out, huh?
You all come with me, honey.
Oh, wait. I have to do something first. I have to do something. Bobby told me to do something. What did Bobby tell me? The diamonds.
The diamonds?
Which diamonds, ma'am?
No, Bobby put them in just before he died, Bobby put them in... Oh, in here.
You mean that sack's got diamonds in it?
Safeguard those diamonds, he said. A safe. Yes, I must put them in a safe so that Carling and Olson can't steal them.
Carling and Olson?
You mean Bud Carling and Squant Olson? Why, there's a reward out for them. Do you know where they are?
Yes.
Well, come on, let's get the sheriff and form a posse. Where are they?
They're dead.
Huh?
Dead?
Near the mine.
Which mine?
Well, how do you know they're dead?
How do I know?
Yes, ma'am. How do you know?
I killed them.
You killed Bud Carlin and Squant Olson?
With the Colt 44, with Bobby's gun. I killed them both.
How?
No, I can't talk about it. Not now. Please. I'm so tired. And I'm so frightened.
Mary Lou, help her upstairs.
You all come with me, honey.
No, not until I keep my promise to Bobby. He says, safeguard the diamonds.
Your diamonds are safe, Miss Truesdale.
No, they're after me.
Who's after you?
Bud Carling and Squid Olson.
But didn't you just say you killed them?
Did I? The gun. Right, Bobby's gun. Yes. It's empty. It's empty.
Well, ma'am, I told you it was empty.
I must have emptied it. Yes, now I remember. I surprised them. I pointed this gun at them, and I kept pulling the trigger and pulling the trigger till it just clicked empty. I killed them. I confess I killed them. Oh, will I hang?
Well, ma'am, the governor of the territory will give you a reward.
You see, we had pitched our tent right near the mine on the claim, and he had gone out. Bobby had gone out to dig, and he had left the gun inside the tent with me. Could I have some water? My head is starting to ache.
Sure now, but not too much.
Oh, thank you. Now, they'd followed us, Olson and Carling, and they just shot him down.
Yes?
They were searching through his pockets, so, you see, they didn't see me. I came crawling out of the tent, and I just started to shoot. I didn't stop shooting until the gun was...
Now, don't you worry, ma'am. Everything's going to be all right. Now, you just let one of the girls help you get upstairs. Mary Lou?
You all come with me, honey.
Now, you get some rest, and you're just going to feel
No,
fine.
first, I must safeguard the diamonds.
But like I told you, Miss Truesdale, them diamonds are absolutely safe. Now, nobody's going to steal them.
But how do I know? You're asking me to trust you, aren't you?
Well, I guess I am.
Well, 3 days ago, I would have trusted you. 3 days ago, I would have trusted anybody, everybody. But now, all I trust is this. Bobby's Colt 44. And I can't even trust it till I... Will somebody please lend me 6 cartridges?
Now, ma'am, there is no need.
There is every need. I learned about this world. I learned a lesson I'll never forget because it was written in blood. Now, will somebody sell me 6 cartridges?
Well, all right, I'd consider it an honor, ma'am, if you'd take him from me.
Oh, thank you, sir. You are a gentleman. You see, these are my friends. My true friends. All right. Now I'm ready for anything. For anybody. Sir, do you have a safe in this hotel?
Safe? Well, no, but I got a drawer in my desk that I can lock.
A drawer?
Well, yeah, you can hold on to the key.
No, but I need a safe. A big iron safe. Is there a bank?
Yes, ma'am. The farmer, cattlemen's, and miners.
All right, I'll go there right now.
Well, you can't.
Why not?
Well, it's closed.
Closed?
Well, it's Saturday night, and he'll be closed until Monday
Yeah,
morning.
but he can't be closed.
Well, them are the hours for regular business, ma'am.
This isn't regular business. Who's the banker?
John Manning.
All right, call him on the telephone.
The what?
The telephone. You've heard of the telephone?
Well, no, ma'am, I can't say as I have.
Do you really mean there's no one here that's ever heard of the telephone?
What is a telephone, ma'am?
It was invented a few years ago by a man named Bell, and you can talk over wires.
I don't believe it.
It works.
Well, now, maybe it does, and maybe it don't, but, well, we ain't got none of them out here yet.
I must see this Mr. Manning. Where does he live?
You mean you want to go over there now?
I don't have a moment to lose.
But you can't do it.
Why not?
Well, because right now he's sitting down to his supper. And I tell you, ma'am, you don't disturb Big John Manning in the midst of a meal. I mean, you just don't.
I will wait till he's finished.
Miss Truesdale, Big John sits down to his supper at 6 o'clock, and he don't get up until midnight.
Then I'll talk to him at midnight.
But he won't talk to you.
Why not?
Because 1 second past midnight, it'll be Sunday, and Big John will not talk about business on the Sabbath.
Where does he live?
That's the house.
Now, we'll see.
Ma'am, you just listen to me. Now,
Where's the doorbell? Oh, here.
Ma'am, you just hadn't ought to be doing this.
Yes. Is this the home of John Manning, the banker?
What? Yes. But it's Joseph Selleck and Tom Bowen and Hank and... But the whole town's here. Why?
Is Mr. Manning in? I have business to transact with him.
Oh, no. He will not talk about business at home.
Will you tell him it's a matter of life or death?
I can't tell him anything. Not while he's eating his supper.
Are you his wife?
Yes, ma'am. But even I won't disturb him while he's digesting his food.
You won't? Well, I will.
Now, ma'am, you can't come in. Please, ma'am.
Step aside.
Please. Now, you can't go in there. You can't.
Mr. John Manning?
No. Who are you? Well?
Oh, excuse me, sir. But I have never seen anyone eat like that.
Now, madam, who are you?
All that food piled on the table. It's only set for one.
Madam, what is your name?
My name is Mrs. Harriet Truesdale.
And what is the meaning of this unseemly interruption?
I'm here on a matter of business.
Call at my office Monday morning, promptly at 9 a.m.
But, sir...
Good evening to
Please,
you.
sir, forgive me for interrupting
I
you.
can never forgive you. Now, have the goodness to leave.
No, not till you hear me out. I have in this bag 100 diamonds. Now, each is worth at least $1,000. I own a mine on which can be found hundreds, and for all I know, thousands like them. I require the services of a banker. Not on Monday morning, but at this very moment. Now tell me, sir, are you that banker?
My dear Mrs. Truesdale, I am completely at your service.
Of course. They say money talks, but diamonds shout. Our Mrs. Harriet Truesdale came into Drywell, Arizona one evening alone, frightened and friendless. 2 of those conditions have already been altered. While she still may be frightened, she is obviously no longer alone and friendless. But other changes are in store, quite a few, and some shall occur in Act 2 shortly. We like to think of the Wild West as a particularly American experience. But wasn't it really a variation on an older theme, with its heroes and heroines, good guys and bad guys? Wasn't it all very much like the days of chivalry in Europe? While the Hotel Excelsior in Drywell, Arizona could hardly be mistaken for the court of King Arthur, still, wasn't Mrs. Harriet Truesdale a damsel in distress? And wasn't every silver miner and cowboy willing and anxious to be her champion?
What is it you would have me do for you, Mrs. Truesdale?
Mr. Manning, I want you to place these diamonds in your safe at once.
My dear Mrs. Truesdale, your slightest wish is my strictest command. This safe, made of the finest stainless steel, Miss Truesdale, was especially constructed for our needs by the largest company in the world.
Well, just put the diamonds inside, please.
It comes all the way from Denver.
Take them from me.
I shall give you a receipt.
Please, let me see you place them in the safe and lock the door.
Of course, a receipt is hardly necessary, since the whole town is outside, gaping and gawking at this transaction.
Put them away, please.
Yes, of course. And now the door. That could withstand the volley from a battery of howitzers shall swing shut. The lock, to which only I know the combination, is turned, and the deed is done.
Oh, Bobby. Bobby, darling, I did just as you told me. Oh, now I simply must just sleep. Sleep.
Mary Lou, now you and the girls, now you take her back to the hotel and put her to bed.
You all come with me, honey. Well, good morning, honey.
Oh, is it morning already?
Yes, but not the morning you think it is. It's the following morning. I swear, honey, you were that done in, you slept twice around the clock.
Oh, no.
Yes, and now you're thinking today's Sunday.
And it isn't?
No, ma'am. It's Monday.
Oh, my goodness. I have to get up.
Why? Oh, first have some breakfast. See, I brought you some coffee and bacon and wheat cakes.
Goodness, I am starved.
You know, you're quite a little lady, Miss Truesdale, you know.
Well, why? What did I do?
Well, the way you went and faced everyone down. And those are all tough hombres. I mean, especially that fat John Manning.
Mary Lou, shall I tell you a secret? I was petrified. I never spoke like that to anybody. And it's just that, I don't know, I guess I was out of my head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you had a bad time.
Well, I really don't want to think about it. Just poor Bobby.
Oh, now.
So why did we have to come out here? You know, we'll make millions, he said. I suppose now we will, from that mine. But you see, he won't ever spend a penny of it.
Well, I guess them things just can't be helped.
Why didn't we stay home in Philadelphia? I could have taught music. Why did he feel driven to... Oh, well, there's no use of that now. How am I ever going to manage alone?
You know something, Miss Truesdale? You're managing pretty good as it is.
What have I done?
Well, just to begin, you gunned down them 2 desperados.
I was out of my head.
And then, of course, for me, the real brilliant thing you done was the way you went about getting them diamonds into Fat John Manning's safe.
What did I do that was so...
Oh, look. Had you gone to see old John all alone without no one knowing and giving him that sack of diamonds, well...
Well, what?
He might have stolen them from you.
Stolen? Are you saying he's a thief?
Well...
Is he or isn't he?
Well, it ain't always that clean cut.
But he's such a honorable-looking man.
Huh? Looks. Oh, and that Joe Selleck. He wouldn't mind trying to find a way to separate you from them diamonds neither.
I find that impossible to believe.
Listen, anything you can think of ain't impossible. But the way you worked it, you done the entire transaction in front of the whole town. Everybody's seen them diamonds. Everybody knows where they are and how they got there. So, you're safe.
Good morning, Mrs. Trudale. Come about the safekeeping of your diamonds?
I'm sure they're secure enough, Mr. Manning.
May I inquire as to your plans?
Is there a telegraph office nearby?
Yes, 20 miles south. The railroad station at Sadler's Gulch.
Well, I would like to send a wire.
The stagecoach leaves at noon every day, and I'm sure the driver would accommodate you.
Would you be good enough to handle it for me?
Why, it would be my pleasure.
Thank you. I wish to send a wire to a Mr. Edmund Napier. That's Napier.
Yes.
At 21 Delaware Street in San Francisco. Please come to Dry Well, Arizona, to appraise diamond samples as per agreement with my husband.
All right, I have that.
I am sending $500 for expenses and partial payment of fee. Oh, and signed Harriet Tuesday.
Very well. This should be wired from Sadler's Gulch this very afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Manning.
Now, who is this Mr. Napier?
Oh, Professor Napier is a leading authority on diamonds and precious stones.
Oh.
He emigrated here from South Africa.
South Africa? Oh, my goodness, I understand that has become a virtual El Dorado for diamonds.
Oh, yes. He was quite famous back there. That's how Bobby heard of him.
And your husband knew him?
Well, poor Bobby, he was a geologist. He heard of the fantastic diamond discoveries in South Africa, and he said to me, "Why, Harriet, it's the same kind of desert terrain we have in the American Southwest. Why, aren't there diamonds all over Arizona and New Mexico and California?" So he started a correspondence with Professor Napier, and they became friends. How long should it take the professor to arrive from San Francisco?
I'd say a week, perhaps less. I hope the time won't hang heavy on your hands, Mrs. Trudale.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Without Bobby, there isn't any time.
Are there any more chops?
Yep.
Well, serve them.
Nope.
What are you saying, Jessica?
I'm saying it's time we had a talk, John.
About what?
About the future.
What about it?
Well, from where I'm sitting, it looks as if we don't have one.
Jessica, what has gotten into you? I never heard you talk like this.
I know, it sounds strange to me, too, but it has to be said. John, we are on our way to the poorhouse.
Jessica, are you feeling well?
I'm overstating the case, but not by much. You and Joe Selleck, the two of you, you bet on Dry Well. You've already lost that bet. The railway went to Sadler's Gulch.
Now, see here, Jessica.
One by one, the silver mines are playing out. There's not enough grass for cattle or even sheep. There's not enough rain for farming. In 10 years, maybe less, This is going to be a ghost town.
Jessica, you are unnecessarily alarmed.
You took all my money, John. You invested it in this town. Well, this town is doomed.
Well, you have absolutely no idea about how business should be run. And will you please bring out the rest of the chops?
Nope.
Nope.
You can't hide behind all that food any longer. It won't protect you. No, sir. Not when the crash comes. So what are you going to do?
Well, what can I do?
There's a fortune in diamonds in your safe. Now, what plans do you have for them?
What plans could I have?
You mean you haven't even thought about it?
Yes, I've thought about it.
And?
Nothing.
What about Joe Selleck? What ideas does he have?
I haven't said anything to Joe Selleck.
Has he said anything to you?
No.
Well, don't you think it's time the two of you started talking?
About what?
Somewhere, not far from here, there's a field or a mine that's full of diamonds. Now, why can't you get your hands on them?
I am trying to think.
Well, think faster, think harder. Who do you have to outwit? Some silly little slip of a woman?
John Manning, are you suggesting that we attempt to steal this poor widow woman's property?
I'm not suggesting we attempt. I'm suggesting we succeed, Joe.
You know, I always suspected you were a thief in your heart, John.
I may well have been. It's just that till now, honesty was the most useful fallacy. But the fact is, if we do not succeed in separating this lady from her property, we will not survive.
Well, I'm game. Just tell me how.
There must be a key to this thing somewhere.
Good morning, Miss Truesdale.
Good morning, Mr. Selleck, Mr. Manning.
Why, good morning. Where are you bound for this beautiful morning, may I ask?
I just thought I'd take a little ride.
Before you do, may I inquire, what are your plans for the mine?
I hope to sell it.
You mean you don't choose to operate the place yourself?
Oh, what do I know about mines or diamonds? And besides, my heart wouldn't be in it.
Well, now, if you plan to sell, perhaps we could form a syndicate locally.
Oh, that would be fine.
Now, what do you suppose might be a fair price for the property?
Well, that's why I'm waiting for Mr. Edmund Napier. He can judge the grade of the diamonds and determine the value of the fields, you see. At least that was what Bobby thought.
Yes. Sounds like an eminently sensible idea.
I'll see you gentlemen later on.
Of course. Good morning, Mrs. Truesdale.
Good morning. Well, John, we better start thinking.
I know.
Now, the longer we wait, the harder it's going to be, especially after this Napier fella gets here and tells her how valuable the place is.
What did you say? I know what you said. Of course. That's the key.
What's the key?
Napier. He's the key.
He is? How?
Now, look here. Suppose Napier were to look at the gems and say they were of inferior quality. Not worth the trouble.
Yes.
I suppose she would release the rights to the property for a song.
But why should Napier come to such a conclusion?
Well, he might, if we ask him to.
Oh?
You see, Miss Truesdale doesn't know this Professor Napier.
She doesn't?
She says she never met him. Her late husband only corresponded with him.
I see.
Then we could find a Professor Napier of our own, couldn't we?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now, all we need is a very smooth confidence operator.
And I have just the man in mind.
Good.
And I think I know where I can find him, too.
Now, wait.
What is it?
Now, we may have a problem. Now, the real professor may show up in the middle of everything and spoil the show.
That's impossible. I've already taken care of that.
John Manning, I never knew you went in for any rough stuff.
That wasn't necessary. He can't show up because I didn't send the telegram.
Is that what he did? Or didn't do? What is that passage from the book? A certain man went from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves. Look at our own Mrs. Harriet Truesdale. She has certainly fallen into what can only be described as a nest of vipers. And the worst kind at that. Because these vipers are the highly respectable kind. Well, we shall see who gets bitten in Act 3 shortly. Diamond cut diamond, said the playwright John Ford in a 17th century drama called The Lover's Melancholy. And we seem to be setting up just such a confrontation. Is Mrs. Harriet Truesdale about to be swindled out of her diamond mine? The odds would seem to be against the little lady. But most of the smart money also bet on Goliath against David.
Now, who is our man going to be, John?
A fellow named Harry, the actor.
Oh, yeah?
Well, he is an actor. He's down on his luck. And an actor is what we need. Someone who knows how to play a part.
When can he be here?
I'm going to Sadler's Gulch this afternoon to talk with him. Well, Harry?
Call me Professor Napier. I must begin to live the part. Napier, a professor from South Africa.
A geologist. An expert in diamonds.
Oh, yes, I have studied up on the field.
Good.
Now, what do you want me to tell her about the diamonds?
I want you to say they're worthless.
Well, that's a problem. Our husband was a geologist. He convinced her that they were valuable stones.
Perhaps. But you are Professor Napier, world-famous expert.
But she still owns them. And if they're worthless, why do you want them? Why do you want the title to her claim?
All you have to do is convince her that the diamonds are worthless. And I will do the rest.
You're the producer and director of this little drama.
How soon can you be ready?
Just give me another day to read up on diamonds and become an expert.
You asked me to come here, Miss Manning?
Yes, ma'am. Please, Mrs. Truesdale, sit down. Now, first, I want you to verify that your property is still here, still intact. Please examine the sack and count the stones.
It all looks to be in order. Yes, everything is here. May I put it all back?
Why, of course.
Mrs. Truesdale, Mary Lou said you'd be here. This telegram arrived for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, the stagecoach driver brought it from Sadler's Gulch.
Oh, dear Mrs. Truesdale, I shall arrive in Drywell on Tuesday the 18th. That's tomorrow.
That's wonderful.
Signed, Edmund Napier, the fabulous Edmund Napier. At last, I'm going to meet him.
Mrs. Truesdale?
Professor Napier.
You're just what I imagined. Just as poor Bobby described you.
And you, Professor, you look the way I had imagined, too.
Oh, really? How?
You look like a man who would sacrifice everything for love.
Well, you flatter me. But you must tell me everything about Bobby. We never met face to face, but we wrote so much and said so much to each other. I felt we were such good and close friends.
Well, there isn't much to say, Professor. He simply couldn't think of anything besides diamonds.
Yes, I know. I'm that way myself.
See, he was looking for a certain type of terrain, certain weather conditions, and he found the correct combination, staked a claim, and then we just came upon them. a field of diamonds.
Oh.
But a pair of desperados came across the trail. They attacked him and killed him.
Oh, no.
But they didn't notice me. But I had Bobby's gun. And, I really can't talk about it anymore.
Well, I'm sure you've been asked this question before, but what are your plans?
I want to go back east. I shall sell the mine. I will accept your word for the value. I wish I could just walk away and forget about it, but it's all I have in the world.
I understand.
When shall you start your appraisal?
My dear, there is no time like the present.
Well, Professor Napier?
Well, Mr. Manning?
What is it, Professor? What do you have to say?
My dear, do you have all the letters I wrote to Bobby?
No, not all.
Well, then, perhaps you may not be aware that I kept writing over and over again that I simply could not believe diamonds could be found on the North American continent.
Oh, but Bobby insisted.
Well, in North America, you do not have the same calcareous deposits. You do not have the identical clay masses necessary for the formation
but
of...
Bobby said...
Yes, Bobby. You couldn't talk him out of it.
Now, look here. These are diamonds. It's true that they could shine more brilliantly, but that's all a matter of just cutting the facets. You know that.
But these aren't diamonds.
Well, what are they then?
My dear, they're almost diamonds.
Almost.
Perhaps that is why poor Bobby was fooled.
Almost diamonds?
All of these are what is known as bought.
What?
Yes, bought. Impure crystals. They cannot be used for jewelry. They, unfortunately, have no value.
No, they are diamonds. They are diamonds. Please say they're diamonds.
Yes, I would give anything to be able to say that they were, Mrs. Truesdale.
And Bobby, poor Bobby, he died for nothing. For nothing.
Mrs. Truesdale, where are you going? Harry the actor. You've never done a better job in your life, I'll wager. Where did you learn all about diamonds?
I don't know the first thing about diamonds, Mr. Manning. I just read some of the patter.
Remarkable.
Well, what happens now?
Now, I will have to do a little acting myself.
We don't have to give her anything.
Why, Joe, of course we do. Otherwise, she'll walk away with the stones and the deed to the field.
But if they're supposed to be phony, why should we want to buy them? Won't she smell a rat?
Not this rat. She's going to be very well perfumed.
She's coming in now.
Now, you take your cues from me. Good evening, Miss Truesdale.
Good evening.
Please sit down, Miss Truesdale.
Thank you. I had a most terrible shock.
Yes, I can imagine.
I suppose I always knew deep down that there couldn't be any diamonds.
Now, Miss Truesdale, don't say that.
I thought I was a wealthy woman. I had all those diamonds. But I have nothing. How am I going to pay my bill?
Oh, now you just forget about it.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm back in the real world now.
You say you have nothing, Miss Truesdale?
Nothing but the clothes on my back.
Oh, no. You have more.
Do I?
Yes. You have the sack of diamonds that are even now reposing in my safe. You also own the fields in which they were found.
Worthless crystals in barren deserts.
Now, you never know.
They have no value to anyone.
It might be to me and to Mr. Selleck here.
Oh, yeah. Now, perhaps we might buy them from you.
No, thank you.
Well, why not? It's a business proposition.
It isn't business. It's charity, and you know it.
Mrs. Truesdale, you let me put all my cards on the table. I'm not sure I believe this Napier fella.
Why not?
Well, your husband was also a geologist. He was convinced the place contained diamonds.
But Napier examined these. They weren't real.
That was his opinion. Bobby thought differently.
Yes, poor Bobby.
And I have to choose between an American Bobby Truesdale and this foreigner, Edmund Napier.
Why don't we get another opinion?
No, I don't think so.
But why?
I just want to get away from it. I hate it. I hate diamonds, the whole idea.
Then sell it to us. We're willing to take a chance.
Oh, please.
We're serious. Here, we'll give you 5,000.
5,000?
Make it 10.
$10,000?
And go back home where you belong. Back east.
Yeah, and teach music.
You'll meet another fine young man.
Please. I think I'm going to cry. Why are you so good to me?
Hello there, Mary Lou.
Oh, Sheriff.
Is Joe Selleck around?
No, he went off into the desert somewheres inspecting a claim.
We got to get together a posse. Bud Carlin and Squint Olson are at it again.
Oh, no, you're making a mistake. Bud and Squint are dead. They were killed, a week and a half ago.
Oh, yeah? Then how could they have held up the stagecoach last night?
Oh, that can't be, Sheriff.
Is John Manning about? I got bad news for him, too.
John's off with Joe Selleck.
Well, it was his cash that Bud and Squint robbed off the coach.
John's in the desert with Joe Selleck. They're partners in a claim. But if Bud Carling and Squint Olson are alive, well, then...
Hey, Lou, what you mumbling about?
Well, then they didn't kill her husband, which means she told us all a lie. And if that's true, well, then maybe that whole story about the diamonds.
What diamonds?
Well, see, this young lady, she came in here about 2-3 weeks ago and says her husband was bushwhacked by Carling and Olson, and she shot them both.
What lady?
Well, she told us all this story about a diamond mine.
Diamonds?
Uh-huh.
A blonde lady?
That's right.
A very pretty lady?
Oh, beautiful lady.
Why, that is Diamond Dottie.
Who?
She's been working that swindle all throughout the Southwest.
She has?
Sure, she gets herself a bag full of phony diamonds, and she spends this yarn about a diamond mine.
She does?
Why, in the past 2 years, she must have made herself $100,000 easy. How much did Joe and John buy it for?
Well, I hear $10,000.
My goodness, how can grown men fall for such a swindle? Everybody knows there ain't no diamond mines in Arizona.
Oh.
Mary Lou, what you laughing at?
Oh, Sheriff, here I thought folks might give a poor lady something from the goodness of their hearts. You just went and restored my flickering faith in human nature.
A rather extreme and cynical view. But after all, Mary Lou lived in rather extreme and cynical times. What's the biblical saying? I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Sometimes that happens all too literally. Well, you and I, we're not strangers, and we shall meet again shortly. All that glitters isn't gold, and everything that sparkles doesn't always turn out to be a diamond either. They say you can't cheat an honest man, but the problem is, where can you find one? Diogenes prowled the streets of Athens incessantly with a lamp, vainly trying to encounter him. The truth of the matter, if there is a little bit of good, even in the worst of us, then there has to be just a tiny bit of bad, even in the best of us. Our cast included Terry Keane, Carol Teitel, Earl Hammond, and Bernard Grant. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now a preview of our next tale.
Pin him down.
But his type is like mercury, quicksilver. He kept smiling and nodding his head. Suddenly I realized he wasn't listening to me. So I started listening to myself. Do you know what I sounded like? A bitter, frustrated, middle-aged woman. I ran out of there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got in my car and started to drive. I had to get away quickly. Do you know why?
You wanted to kill him.
I saw myself killing him. I saw him lying dead at my feet. Then when I was walking down Decatur and reached Howell, I turned my head to the right, and there he was, lying dead on the pavement, just as if I had wished him there. And that's what happened. It was just as you had diagnosed.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by White Westinghouse Appliance Company. Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm Tammy Grimes. Some mysterious happenings cannot be explained. Some need no explanation. Some are so incredible that even were I to find the reasons, the causes, the whys, the wherefores, it would still escape all understanding. Such a tale the Mystery Theater presents to you today. It is called The Smile.
Whenever I see it, I feel as if it's draining my life away.
You saw it today, Bill? This thing you call the smile?
I see it every day. I see it now.
I want to see it, too.
Turn around. It's behind you. It's right outside the lighthouse window.
Great Lord. You're right. It's there.
Did you think I was making it up?
Well, I didn't know what to think. It does look like a gigantic smile in the sky.
And it's killing me.
Our mystery drama, The Smile, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by G. Frederick Lewis. It stars Tony Roberts. I shall return shortly with Act One. A ring at the doorbell. A woman puts down her violin and opens the door. A telegram is delivered. The woman's slender fingers slit open the yellow envelope. She glances quickly at the name of the person who sent it to her. It's the name of a man she hasn't seen in 10 years. A man she has been separated from. Her husband. She closes the door and returns inside, reading the telegram aloud.
My dear Grace, I'm sure you're surprised to hear from me after all this time. I wonder if you are still teaching the violin. I imagine you have not remarried, nor have I. If we couldn't make it together, I don't think we could with anyone else.
The woman puts down the telegram as if she can't bear to read further. Tucks her violin under her chin and plays. And then... No. She has to read the rest of the telegram, whether she wants to or not.
So we separated because we could no longer live together or needed one another. But Grace, now I do need you. I need your help. I'm not working at all. No writing, nothing. I'm staying with Uncle Wilbur at his place on Chesapeake Bay. Remember, Wilbur, can you come and see me as soon as possible? Grace, I believe I am dying, and only you can save me. Yes, I remembered, Uncle Wilbur, who could forget that crotchety, opinionated old salt, used to having his own way? The same instant obedience he demanded when he was captain of his own ship. I stood on the deck as we crossed the Chesapeake Bay to Wilbur's place. Now a retired sea captain, he tended a lighthouse which kept him near the water and out of trouble. I could see the two of them standing at the point. At least I could make out two figures as the mail and supply cutter brought me closer and closer to an adventure I never thought I'd live through.
Wilbur, is it still up there?
I thought you were looking at the boat bringing Grace out here to the lighthouse.
Wilbur, I'm asking you something much more important. Is it still up there? Do you see it up in the sky?
Yes, Bill, I can see it. Still there. I thought by now you'd come to terms with the fact that it's always there. That it's not your imagination or mine.
Well, sometimes it comes and then it goes away again. I was hoping it would go away today.
Hmm? I thought you wanted Grace to see it.
I do, yes. Yes, you're right. That's why I sent for her. I want to talk to her about it.
Well, you talk to me about it. Seems to me we talk a lot about it.
Why doesn't it let me alone? Why me?
I see it too, Bill.
I know you do, Uncle Wilbur. I know, but it isn't doing to you what it does to me. To you, it might be just another strange-shaped cloud in the sky. It doesn't affect you the way it affects me.
Well, that's true. Well, let's get down to the dock. I think the boat Grace is on is about to pull in.
It's killing me, Wilbur. It's draining the life out of me. Whenever it appears, wherever we are, I feel weaker.
Yeah, I know, Bill, I know. We'll just have a long talk about it with Grace. Let's go down now and help him tie up the cutter.
Of course, at the time, I didn't say one word. But I can tell you now I was shocked. As I stepped ashore at Lighthouse Point, I was so shaken to see how much Bill had changed, I could hardly speak. He was no longer a young man of 40. His hair had turned snow white. He looked 70. He took my suitcase, and the cutter cast off. And an hour later, I was alone with Bill, sitting in the lighthouse kitchen, just the two of us, having sandwiches and coffee.
Oh, Grace, you look marvelous. I'd quite forgotten what a beautiful girl I was once married to.
Well, actually, Bill, we're still legally married. But I'll take it as a compliment just the same. You make these sandwiches?
I'm afraid not. That's Uncle Wilbur's department.
And what's your department in this lighthouse keeping?
I'm not doing much of anything, I'm afraid. I don't know, I guess you might say I've gone to pieces, as it were.
Well, that's hard for me to believe. A man like you, always in the middle of things. And you were always off covering a war or a peace conference. Are you doing much writing now?
I'm not doing any. My last assignment that I can remember, for the syndicate was, That's funny, I can't remember.
You can't remember? Was it that long ago?
No, not at all. It's just that it just slipped my mind, that's all. Well, let's see, it was, yes. Oh, yes, I did a feature on Tibet. That's an extraordinary kind of life they live up there in the mountains, the Tibetans.
No, I read it, I did. That was a wonderful story, Bill. And you lived up there with them in the Himalayas?
Oh, yes, I did.
For how long?
Yes, I did.
I said, for how long, Bill? How long did you live in Tibet?
What?
Bill? Are you listening to what I'm saying? You keep looking out the window. Is there something out there?
No, not there. Not yet, Grace.
What do you mean, not yet? I asked you how long you spent gathering that material in Tibet.
Time passed as it never passed before. I can't say how long, Grace.
And that was the last piece of writing you've done?
Yes, That was it.
But that was over a year ago. What have you been doing since?
I guess you could say I've been running.
Running? Running away?
No. Running for my life.
Bill, are you being serious?
Why do you think I asked you up here to the lighthouse? I've never been more serious in my life.
Listen to me. We were married for 10 years, and some of them were good years. And then we separated. In fact, we've lived apart as many years as we've been married. Now tell me, what is it you're running from?
You won't laugh when I tell you. It's the smile. At least, that's what I call it. That's what it looks like.
All right. I'll go along with that. This smile that you've been running away from. What does it look like?
Well, I can't quite describe it because so much feeling goes with what I see. When I see it, Grace, believe me, it is actually as if I am looking into a giant face that is smiling. Only I can't see the rest of the face. I can't see the eyes or the nose. All I see is the smile.
And when did you first see it?
I'm not sure exactly when. As I said, I was in a place where time expands and contracts in an unusual way.
You said you were in Tibet.
Yes. So I can't tell you when, but I know exactly where. I had just left the monastery, the one on the highest peak in the Himalayas, a place that is always in the clouds. The sun, the moon, the day, the night has never appeared there. Only the intensity of the light varies. The people go around like people under glass, like people moving in milk. I think that's why they always wear such bright clothing.
You were telling me when you first saw the smile.
I had an interview with the high priest, and I walked out the door of a stone chapel up a little rise, and I looked up. And suddenly the clouds seemed to separate, and I could see blue sky, which I'd not seen in literally months. And up there in that sky was this faceless face looking down on me. And from that moment until this, unless I close my eyes to shut it out, day or night, I always see it.
You mean you see it now?
Yes.
Have you told anyone about this?
You mean other than Uncle Wilbur?
He sees it too.
Well, certainly. He sees it too, just as I do. I brought it here. I brought it with me. Where I am, there it is.
Have you talked to anyone else about it? A doctor, a psychiatrist?
It's not in my imagination, Grace.
I'm not saying it was. I'm just wondering if you had discussed it with anyone, Bill.
I'm not out of my head. It's not a ghost. It's there. But it's what the smile is doing to me that frightens me so terribly.
Well, I should think so.
You still think it's something I'm haunted with. It's more than that. It's killing me, Grace. That's why I need you. I need someone I can trust, someone who once loved me, who will believe what I say when I say it's killing me. I try to look away, Grace. It draws me to it. It's draining my life from me.
Have you seen it today?
I see it every day. I mean, I know it's there.
Could you see it right now?
Matter of fact, I do. Right outside the window behind you.
Bill, I'm going to turn around. I want to see it, too.
Go ahead. It's clearly visible. It's up there. I'd say about 1,000 feet overhead.
Great Lord in heaven. You're right.
Did you think I was making it up?
I didn't know what to think. It does look like a smile, but it's strange. It's like a shadow without substance behind it.
It doesn't affect you? You're sure?
No, not at all. Is it always in the same spot?
It never is.
What do you mean, does it affect me?
It doesn't make you feel any differently after you've looked at it for a moment? Any weaker?
No, not at all.
It doesn't harm Uncle Wilbur either. Only me.
Where is Wilbur?
Oh, I expect he's outside somewhere. This isn't much of an island. You can walk around it in no time at all. It's only here for the lighthouse, so he won't have gone far.
I'm darned if I know what it is, Grace. It bothers the heck out of Bill. Wish it wouldn't. Some natural phenomenon. That's all I can think.
Uncle Wilbur, Bill says it makes him feel weaker.
He keeps telling me that.
Wilbur doesn't deny the existence of the smile, but he says the idea that it's making me feel weak is something inside my head.
Oh, it's there, all right.
Along the face of it, I'd say it was some kind of light refraction or cloud density. And I don't know why it disturbs Bill as much as it does. But if it's all right with you, Uncle, I'd like to stay on here a few days and see if there's anything that can be done about it.
My dear Grace, I don't know whether Bill has told you or not, but it was my idea. I suggested he send you that telegram. I've always thought you were a sensible person, and we all need your help.
I'm sure there are those listening who already have made up their minds how this can be happening. 3 people who've seen the smile. Grace, Uncle Wilbur, and Bill. But Bill suffers a debilitating weakening when he sees it. I shall be back shortly, closer to the smile itself, when I return with Act 2. Grace Fenchurch, a music teacher, has been separated from her husband Bill for 10 years. He is a writer, or was, until an assignment took him to Tibet. An assignment from which he apparently never recovered. It affected his mind, aged him, turned his hair white, and ever since he has been haunted by a shape that clouds his days. Something that appears near him that he calls the smile. He has retreated from the world to his Uncle Wilbur's lighthouse on Chesapeake Bay. And it is there that this strange story unfolds.
Uncle Wilbur, I have the feeling that you're not very sympathetic to what's troubling Bill.
That's not so. I'm just sick and tired of seeing the darn thing around. Bill, did you tell her about our 3 weeks off?
No, I haven't.
Grace, I'll tell you. You know, they give us lighthouse keepers 30 days off a year. And someone else is rotated to your spot. So with this smile thing, Bill and I thought, okay, we'll give it a run for its money. See if it really followed him all the way from Tibet. See if it's really dogging his steps. Well, we took 1 week up in the mountains, cabin of a friend of mine. We went on hikes, went fishing, and sure enough, we hadn't been there but 3 days. It found us.
The smile.
Right, spread across the roof of our cabin.
And then we took a week at the shore. It found us there, but where it really hurt, where I realized it was out to kill me.
Now, just wait a minute, Bill.
Uncle, let him tell it.
Where it really got to move was the week we spent in the city. We saw some shows, visited with some friends of Wilbur's old Navy days.
Buddies I hadn't seen in years.
I began to loosen up. It was great for me. I started getting ideas for stories and articles.
Bill thought this apparition had finally left him. Well, on the next to last night, we stopped off at a bar on the way back to the hotel. It was the darndest place.
The bar had no ceiling.
Yeah.
And the walls, they went straight up into the sky. You know that glow that hangs over a city at night? There was that. And right there over my head, grinning down at me, there it was. The smile.
I had a hard time getting him back to the hotel, but I did. People thought he'd had just one too many.
So even when the both of you got away from the bay and the lighthouse, it wouldn't let you be?
No, it's never left me since. I try not looking at it. Sometimes I make believe it's not there, and I feel free. But when it leaves those rocks, where I think it lives way offshore, and starts coming this way, I know it's lying in wait for me, and it won't stop smiling until I'm dead.
Bill, you said something a moment ago about it comes from the rocks.
I'd say for the past 2 months, that's where it seems to come from.
And could you find it?
At 5 or 6 in the morning, just about daybreak, it leaves the rocks that are just at the edge of the horizon.
Can you show me from where we're standing?
Oh, yeah, you see those rocks that jut out just where the sun's going down?
Yes.
From there, no larger than a small black curve on the water. Seems to lie there on those rocks, and then as the sun comes up, it starts towards me.
We went fishing one morning real early. Came chasing after our boat like some giant kite. Chased us.
Good. Then we'll chase after it.
What?
Tomorrow morning, while it's still dark, we'll take ourselves across the bay, right out there to where you say this smile of yours starts from. Oh, Uncle, you've got a boat, haven't you?
Sure have. Great little sailboat. Use it all the time.
Well, that's fine. Then tomorrow morning. Agreed?
Why not? I'm game. See that mackerel sky? That means good sailing weather tomorrow. We'll take ourselves smile hunting.
The following morning, the moon was still out. The bay was calm. Wilbur told me we had over 2 hours before sunrise. Bill was walking from the house to the dock, his arms loaded with sails and jugs of coffee and boxes of sandwiches I'd made.
It's going to be a great day to be on the water, Grace. I'll tell you that.
So calm, it's like glass. Will there be enough wind to take us clear across to where we want to go?
I built this little red devil myself. She is so well balanced, a bucket of air could carry her for miles. Speaking of balance, let's wait till Bill gets out of earshot. There he goes back into the house. Grace, if I seem sort of unfeeling and unconcerned to you yesterday, it's because I'm trying to act as normally as I can whenever Bill is around me. Now, it's perfectly true that I see that darn shape up there in the sky, and I bet you half the people who live on the bay have seen it.
You're saying then, as I did, that it's a phenomenon.
And that's all. It's not out to get Bill. I don't know why he believes it's his own personal devil, out to bewitch him, drain his life away, as he says. When frankly, he's doing all this bewitching to himself.
Okay, he's coming out the door.
No, he's got to go around the back door to lock up. Anyway, that's why when you said, let's take the boat out and head for those rocks and see the darn smile before it gets up in the morning, I could have shouted for joy. But I had to act cool, as if, well, why not? Let's see.
See, I didn't know what else to do. Bill is a young man. He's only 40. And he looks so old and tired. It just hurts me to see him like this.
Mind is a curious thing, Grace. I think it can influence us any way we want to go, from total sanity all the way in the opposite direction. And it's been known even to stop a heart. I'm worried because supposing Bill has the will to die, this phenomenon, which we both see, you too, is he using that to kill himself without knowing it?
We hoisted sail. Bill at the tiller steering, I stayed amidships, and Uncle Wilbur handled the sails. We headed straight for those rocks. The smile hadn't yet put in an appearance, but then neither had The lighthouse got further away, and a pinkish glow started to come up over the horizon.
Keep our nose even with the highest rock, Bill. The one that's getting just a touch of sun on it. Grace, any particular ideas what you want to see when we get there?
Well, is that just a large pile of rocks? Has anyone ever been over there? Are there caves, or is it an island? You just really can't tell looking through these binoculars.
Yeah. I was checking all my harbor charts last night, and I hate to confess this to you two landlubbers, but I could not locate those rocks. The nearest marker is buoy number 9, which we'll probably see if we sail around it. Bill, steady with that tiller. I'll ease off on the sail.
Well, then let's do that, then. Let's sail right around it. If it's an island or a pile of rocks or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, we'll do the best we can. We'll just take it slow and easy and try to keep from running aground.
Wilbur, Grace, there's something pulling at the tiller. It's pulling it out of my hands.
Does it feel like we fouled up, Bill, on a line or an underwater cable? Let the tiller go for a moment.
Maybe there's a wreck down there I couldn't see.
Down about. Watch out.
Oh.
Grace, duck.
We're spinning around.
Grab it, Bill. Grab hold of that tiller. I'm lowering the sails.
I'm getting that same darn feeling.
What feeling?
That I get when I see the smile.
Bill, for heaven's sake, will you hold on the tiller? Keep it steady. We're going around in circles.
It's the same feeling crawling all over me.
But there's nothing there. There's no sign of it, and the sun isn't even up yet. Bill, there is no smile anywhere in sight.
Oh, it's got to be there somewhere. I feel so weak.
Grace, make these ropes fast for me.
Okay.
Just wind them around where I've started to. I've got to take the tiller.
Bill! What's the matter?
We've hit a whirlpool and we're being sucked into it.
Bill's fallen across the tiller. He's fainting. I don't know how long it took Uncle Grober to get control of our boat, to free it from the vortex that was whirling it around. But as soon as we were clear of that, he and I managed to pull Bill amidships. Grober gave the orders of what I was to do with the sails, and I just did what he said. And gradually, we drifted to a shallows where the water was still.
Trouble is, we're not moving. Wind's died down. I've dropped the anchor so we won't drift too far. How's our boy, Grace?
I just keep wetting my handkerchief and putting it on his forehead.
How's he breathing?
He's taking these very deep breaths as if he's in a strange kind of sleep. His eyes are tight shut.
Grace, somehow we've got to get this boat moving and get down along the coast as fast as we can to a hospital.
There's no wind.
Well, if we can't use the sails, we'll use our arms. Stowed on the floorboards are 2 pairs of oars. You help yourself to one and put them in the oarlocks. You know how to row, don't you?
Of course I do.
Good. I'll take this pair and do the same. We'll start due east. Take your pace from me. We're going to head for that buoy. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's due east. About 200 yards across the bow. The black buoy had number 9 painted on it. From there, we'll change direction southward.
Wilbur, look. Look over there. There's a small red sailboat just like ours with 2 people rowing, and their sails are down just like ours.
Huh. That's a coincidence.
But look at the man and the woman. Wilbur, look at them. The man looks exactly like you. And the woman, she could be me. It's a fascinating concept that somewhere in this world there exist duplicates of ourselves. Taking this one step further, which one of the identical 2 pays for the other's sins or crimes, or reaps the rewards?
Who are those rowing in an identical red sailboat? Is there an identical man lying in a dead faint in the bottom of the other boat as well? And what does this have to do with that peculiar marking in the sky? The smile that has been the nemesis of the man they hope to get to the hospital. I shall return shortly with Act 3. A man and a woman are rowing a becalmed sailboat as quickly as they can, because in the center of that boat lies another man with white hair, a man in danger of losing his life. This man is Bill Fenchurch, who has been pursued since he left Tibet by a form in the sky he calls the Smile. Bill is certain, positive, that this smile is draining away his life. Whether imaginary or not, the two at the oars do believe his life is in their hands.
Watch it, Grace. Careful as you row. Not only because something might hit us below the waterline, but in this half-morning light, distances are deceiving.
Yes, but what about the red boat being rowed by people who look just like us?
Possibly. Possibly. Yeah. Just like the desert, maybe. A mirage.
Grace. Bill's coming too.
Oh.
His eyes are open.
How do you feel, Bill?
Kind of shaky. What happened?
Hey, you stay right where you are. You're getting a ride. The wind died down, so Grace and I are using a little oar power.
Well, what dumb thing did I do?
Oh, I wouldn't call it dumb. We just got caught up in a whirlpool back there, and you lost control of the tiller. I'm not sure whether it came around and hit you and knocked you out, or if you fainted for some other reason. Anyway, now we're shipshape again, and we're heading back.
So, we're running away again?
No, Bill, we're not running from the Smile, if that's what you mean. The sun came up about an hour ago, and we didn't see it. The Smile never showed up.
Hey, say, Grace, I feel a wind coming up. Ship your oars and head for the tiller.
All right.
I'll run up some sail, and you keep her steady on buoy number 9.
So, you guys didn't see it, and we're not running from it. I can't last much longer. Why are you lying to me? It's taking me. Where? Look up into the sky, will you? Admit it's there. Admit it. We're lost.
The Smile was there, spreading the edges of its evil mouth over the top of our red mast like a two-sided pennant. I had never seen it that closely. It seemed to be talking, wordless movements coming out of its opening and closing mouth. The wind shipped us along. I kept my eye on the marker buoy. I knew we had to get Bill to the hospital, that his life was in danger.
Hey, you there! Red sailboat! Watch out where you're heading!
Wilbur, it's the same red sailboat we saw before.
Can't you see us? In all my years on the water, I've never seen anything like it. They act as if they own the bay. Come charging across our bow like that. Say, Grace, if you hadn't hung on to that tiller, they would have cut us in half.
It's just pure dumb luck. I didn't know what I was doing. I was so mesmerized by the fact that it was the same red sailboat we'd seen before.
They didn't care. They absolutely didn't. And you know what I think? I don't think they even saw us.
But there's 3 people on board. You did notice them, too.
No, I can't say I did. I'd have recognized any of them. I would have reported them.
2 men and a woman at the tiller. I could see it all so clearly. 2 men, one standing by the mast, raising the sail, just like you were, Wilbur, and the other man sitting down in the center of the boat, just like Bill is doing. And the woman at the helm, she had on the same T-shirt that I'm wearing, identical, blue with red stripes.
Are you sure? You saw all that in that instant?
And the man sitting down amidships had the same white hair Bill has. Well, what do you make of it?
Well, I sure don't know.
That boat and the people in it were duplicates of ourselves. Everything was the same. I watched them as they rounded the rocks, doing in reverse just what we had done. But there was just one difference. The smile wasn't over us anymore. It was floating over them. Now, who were they? Were they us? I don't know how long it took. It seemed hours. But we made it down the coast, pulled into a town dock, and Uncle Wilbur and I, somehow between us, got Bill to the hospital. We waited. They'd taken him immediately to intensive care. And finally, a doctor came out and took us into an office.
Which one of you is related to William Fenchurch?
I am, Doctor. I'm Grace Fenchurch. Is he all right?
Are you his wife or his sister?
Well, actually, I'm his ex-wife. Not even that. We separated 10 years ago. We each went our own way, but we're still legally married.
Then it's to you, Mrs. Fenchurch, that I must offer my condolences.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
There was nothing we could do, believe me. The entire emergency staff did everything humanly possible. I'm still trying to piece together what could have caused Mr. Fenchurch's death.
But tell me, how did it happen?
He was barely alive when you brought him in, and, well, his heart simply gave out. There was no way of reviving him. How old a man was he?
Bill was just 40.
Did you say 40? You mean he was only 40 years old?
Yes, 40.
Responded like a man who'd undergone shock or some complete trauma. I'm sorry, Mrs. Fenchurch. There's no point in your remaining here now. If you and Mr. Wilbur would care to return tomorrow, we should have much more information.
The next thing I remembered was it was morning. I couldn't quite absorb what had happened. I got out of bed. It was not my own bed. I went to the cabinet where I keep my music and my violin. It wasn't there. And then suddenly I remembered, of course, I wasn't home. I had received a telegram from Bill, whom I hadn't talked to in 10 years. Please come to Uncle Wilbur's lighthouse, it said. I think I'm dying, Bill had written. And then it all became clear.
Grace, you up?
Yes, Uncle Wilbur, I'm up. I'm just dressing. I'll be right down. Of course. It was early in the morning, and the three of us were going to take the red sailboat and go out to some offshore rocks to find something. What was it we were after? I got dressed, and I came down to the lighthouse kitchen. It was still dark outside, and Wilbur had made coffee.
Oh, Grace, I was just about to go up to your room and knock on your door. Don't you remember? We wanted to get an early start to sail out to the rocks. Bill overslept, too. Had to wake him up. He's getting dressed now.
Wilbur, you are going to think that I've taken my senses, but I simply cannot remember why we planned this excursion.
You're joking. It was your idea.
It was?
The smile. Now, do you remember? The smile that's been haunting Bill ever since he came back from Tibet.
Oh, of course. Oh, please forgive me. I knew it was something. Now, Uncle Wilbur, do you believe in second sight, precognition?
Precognition?
Having seen something in advance to its happening? What? I don't want to go out on the boat this morning. And I don't want you to. Or Bill. I think that we should all stay here.
talk about a woman changing her mind. Would you mind telling me why, Grace?
Yes. I either know of something that will happen to the three of us, or I've dreamed something that I don't want to happen. As we sat there, I recalled every incident as it would be happening. From our conversation on the dock as we loaded the boat, to Bill manning the tiller, to arriving at the rocks, getting caught in the whirlpool, then Bill fainting, the wind dying on us, and our starting to row and being almost cut in two by an exact duplicate of our red sailboat in which we were traveling. 3 people, exactly like ourselves. And then finally ending up at the hospital, too late to save Bill's life.
Well, I don't know what to say about all this. It certainly was an extremely vivid nightmare.
So you, for one, you don't believe it'll happen?
Of course not. We are going to track down the Smile as agreed to yesterday. You had a vivid dream, Grace. And that's all it was.
Well, it's hard for me to believe it was only a dream. I wish I could have convinced you.
Good morning, Grace. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Oh, thank the Lord you're alive, Bill.
You know, I said exactly the same thing to myself when I got up this morning. By the way, I've been standing on the stairs for a few minutes, and I want you to know I heard everything you were telling Wilbur.
I'm glad you did, Bill. I thought it very entertaining. Didn't you? The way Grace told it, one could almost believe it.
You can believe it, Wilbur, because I had the same dream. If it was a dream.
What?
I want to show you both something. Now, Wilbur, to your knowledge, I haven't been out in the skiff since we painted it, have I?
You mean since we painted it red? No. No, we haven't. I'm not sure it's completely dry this morning, but we'll see.
When you called me and woke me up this morning, there was red paint on my sheets. I looked at my hands. I'm turning them over now so you can both see my palms. Look, that's red paint. See, where I must have been holding the tiller.
Oh, I don't understand this at all.
Wilbur, I'll have that cup of coffee, too.
All right. That red paint in your hands could have only gotten there if... But why don't I remember if I was there with the two of you, just as Grace says it happened? Here's your coffee.
Thanks, Uncle. Why don't you remember, huh? I don't know if you don't.
Uncle Wilbur, would you take another look at Bill?
What for?
Look at him closely.
Well, I sure he looks pretty good. In fact, better than I remember seeing him.
Well, I feel very good. Strong. Raring to go.
Bill, you look 1,000 years younger than when I got here.
Say, what are you doing here anyway, Grace? Not that I'm not all for it. It's a nice surprise.
You don't remember inviting me here to Uncle's lighthouse?
Yes, I do, sort of. Or do I?
Bill, this dream or whatever it is that we lived through, you and I, very close to the end of it, an identical little red sailboat crossed ours and took with it what you used to say had been haunting you.
Oh, yes, the smile in the sky. I wonder why that upset me so much then.
And in that other duplicate red boat were 3 people. Duplicates of me and of Wilbur and of you. The old Bill who was sick and who needed me was in that other red sailboat which disappeared and which we never saw again. And why it existed, I don't understand. But what I do know is that you are here and very much alive, and your eyes are sparkling, And you look very distinguished. A young man with white hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, I'd say you are the Bill Fenchurch I remember when you and I were first married.
Yeah, he does. Looks like a man with a new lease on life.
I feel that way. I sort of feel like life is something to smile about.
I think it's pretty safe to say that what we have just heard is not an identical dream as dreamt by two people. I'd say that it did happen. And somehow everyone concerned was given a second chance. And as for that mysterious, fateful entity that appeared as the smile, that sort of worries me. Before ringing down the Mystery Theater curtain, I'd like to say just this. That if somewhere in the world there is such a cloud casting its shadow as the smile, that it's smiling at someone else, not you or me. I shall return shortly. When I was a kid, Thanksgiving dinner was fun. All our relatives would come with part of the dinner. Mom cooked the turkey. Someone else would bring a vegetable, salad, or dessert. And Aunt Helen, well, she was my favorite relative. She always brought the Whitman sampler. Everything in that sampler was delicious. And you know, my favorite chocolates back then. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm Tammy Grimes. A little test. Now, right off the top of your head, how many immortal literary phrases come to mind? I'll go along with you. None but the brave deserve the fair. To err is mortal, to forgive divine. O death, where is thy sting? And last but not least, elementary, my dear Watson. Yes, dear Mystery Theater fans, you have made the correct deduction. We are about to embark on another adventure with the fabulous Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
My dear Holmes, I know you're a stormy petrel and that puzzles follow you like night to day. But this is obviously a matter of petty housebreaking, pure and simple.
Watson, I quite agree with your diagnosis of housebreaking, but it is neither pure nor simple. And I fear it may yet prove to be simply deadly.
Our mystery drama, The Reigate Mystery, was adopted especially for the Mystery Theater by Murray Bennett and stars Gordon Gould. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Sherlock Holmes fans, and who isn't, are accustomed to following the great detective into every imaginable situation. In and out of hansom cabs, on railroad stations, on the underground, on the Thames, in wild boat chases. But the last place you'd expect to find him is in a hospital room, suffering from nervous exhaustion.
Good morning, Watson.
Oh, why are you up, Holmes? I gave you a sedative last night that should have had you sleeping till noon.
Indeed you did.
What happened?
You know my methods, Watson. Reason it out.
Huh? You didn't take it.
Excellent, Watson.
Oh, you really incorrigible, Holmes. I must...
Tell me, are you visiting me as a physician or as a friend?
Both. But as your physician, I must insist that you follow my instructions. Now, why didn't you take the sedative?
Because I'm feeling perfectly fit.
Well, as your friend, I rejoice. As your physician, I disagree. You must admit, Holmes, that even your iron constitution broke down under the strain of unraveling the colossal schemes of the Netherlands Sumatra Company, and you need rest.
I trust you're not prescribing a longer stay here in the hospital.
Oh, no, not at all. I know you, and this is no place for you to get the rest you require. How does a week in the country strike you?
Where?
Surrey, with my old friend from Afghanistan, Colonel Hayter.
And his household?
Oh, a bachelor establishment, Holmes. No one to fuss over you except your friend and physician. It will be ideal.
Rest is your prescription, and rest I shall have. Just make arrangements to have me discharged from this hospital.
And so it was we came to Colonel Hayter's house near Reigate in Surrey and walked straight into what at first blush seemed a petty problem. Shortly after dinner, I insisted upon an early bedtime because of Holmes' condition. But our host said...
Oh, by the by, I think I'll take a pistol from my collection upstairs with me, in case we have an alarm.
An alarm, Colonel Hayter?
Exactly. We've had a scare in this part lately. Old Acton, who's one of our county magnates, had his house broken into last Monday. Oh, no great damage done. But the thieves are still at large.
No clue?
No, none as yet. Oh, but after your great international affair, this must seem small potatoes to you, Mr. Holmes.
I quite agree with you, Hayter.
I suppose there were no features of interest?
No, I fancy not. The thieves ransacked the library and got very little for their pains. Might even have been vandals.
What makes you think that, Colonel?
Well, it seems obvious to me. The whole place was turned upside down, drawers broken open, presses ransacked, and the result is an odd volume of Pope's Homer, 2 plated candlesticks, an ivory leatherweight, a small oak barometer, and a ball of twine are all that the thieves took.
What an extraordinary assortment.
Yes, that's why I say vandals.
The county police ought to be able to make something of that. Why, surely it's obvious that...
My dear fellow, you're here for a rest. Now, for heaven's sake, don't get started on a new problem when your nerves are still shaky.
You've made your point, Watson. I shall be a good patient and get along to bed.
Hayter and I were down early to breakfast, and I was pleased to see that Holmes was sleeping late, when suddenly the butler rushed in agitatedly.
Have you heard the news, Colonel? At the Cunninghams? Burglary? Murder? Oh, my word. Who was killed? J.P. or his son? Neither, sir. It was William the coachman. Shot through the heart, sir. Who shot him? Well, a burglar, sir. Then ran off and got clean away. Oh, it's a bad business. A bad business.
Good morning, gentlemen. What's a bad business?
Oh, Holmes. Good morning. You may go, Jenkins. Jenkins just told us about a murder over at the Cunninghams.
Cunningham?
Yes, the leading light in the county. Justice of peace and all that. A decent fellow.
He was murdered?
Oh, no, not Cunningham. His coachman caught a burglar in the act and got shot for protecting his master's property. Evidently the same villain which broke into Acton's.
And stole that very singular collection.
Precisely.
Now, Holmes, you promise.
Just breakfast conversation, Watson. This tea is excellent. It does appear to me just a trifle curious. A gang of burglars or one burglar operating in the county might be expected to vary the scene of their operations and not crack 2 cribs in the same district within a few days.
Yes, well, not if they were local fellows. In that case, Acton's and Cunningham's are just the places to go, for they're far the largest around here.
And richest?
They ought to be. But they've had a lawsuit going for some years, which has sucked the blood out of both of them. Acton has some claim on Cunningham's estate, and all the lawyers have been at it with both hands.
Really, Holmes, I think we should change the conversation before...
All right, Watson. If it's a local villain, there shouldn't be too much difficulty in running him down. And I don't intend to meddle.
Inspector Forrester, sir.
Good morning, Colonel. I hope I don't intrude, but we heard that Mr. Holmes of Baker Street is here.
Inspector. Yes, he sits across from me now.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, if you don't mind, we could do with a bit of assistance.
The fates are against you, Watson. We were chatting about the matter when you arrived. Perhaps you can fill me in on some of the details.
Gladly. We had no clue in the Acton robbery, but here we have plenty to go on.
And there's no doubt that it was the same party in each case. The man was seen.
Ah, by whom?
The Cunninghams, father and son. The elder Mr. Cunningham saw him from the bedroom window, and young Mr. Alec saw him from the back passage.
What time was this?
Oh, 11:45. Mr. Cunningham had just gotten into bed, and Mr. Alec was in his dressing gown smoking a pipe.
And?
Well, they heard William, the coachman, crying out for help. Mr. Alec ran down to aid William. The back door was open, and as he reached the foot of the stairs, he saw two men struggling. One of them fired a shot. The other dropped, and the killer rushed across the garden and over the hedge.
And there was no pursuit?
Mr. Alec stopped to see if he could help William. So the killer got clean away.
Any descriptions?
Only the glimpse old Mr. Cunningham got from the window. Beyond the fact that he was a middle-sized man and dressed in some dark material, nothing.
And what was William doing there at that time of night? Did he say anything before he died?
Not a word.
Do you have any theories?
Well, the Acton robbery has put everyone on guard. William lived at the lodge with his mother, and since he was a very faithful fella, I imagine he walked up to check the house and, well, came upon this robber just as he burst through the door.
Burst through?
Oh, the lock had been forced.
Did William say anything to his mother before going out?
Well, she's very old and very deaf. I'm afraid the shock has thrown her into complete senility.
Pity. If that's all, there are a few small matters I should like to examine.
Oh, there's one other thing, Mr. Holmes. This piece of paper was found between the finger and thumb of the dead man. It appears to be a fragment torn from a larger sheet.
May I?
Oh, of course, sir.
On my word, Inspector, this is extraordinary. There are much deeper waters than I thought.
Well, you notice, sir, that the fragment we have read...
At 11:45, learn what may be... And that leads you to surmise, Inspector?
Well, that it may have been an appointment. The exact time, 11:45, suggests that. And then that opens up the possibility that William was some kind of accomplice.
That's an ingenious and not entirely impossible supposition. But the writing, Inspector, the writing opens up a whole new area of complications which must be explored. Come, Inspector, there's work to be done. And Watson, you and you, Colonel, will have to excuse us.
I must say I was a bit put off by being pushed out of the investigation in so cavalier a fashion by Holmes. But Holmes later gave me the reasons for his decision and also filled me in as to what steps he took. His first request was to visit the morgue with Inspector Forrester, where he examined the clothes of the murdered coachman.
He certainly died from a revolver wound, Inspector.
Well, had you doubted it, Mr. Holmes?
It's well to test everything, Inspector. There are some very interesting things about his clothes.
Remarkably neat, I should say.
And their very neatness tells us a good deal.
If you're referring to the fact that it supports my theory that he was there because of the appointment, well, I'll agree with you, sir.
That's quite possibly. But more than that, Inspector. Much more.
What's that, then?
I suggest you refer to your notes. I have no doubt that you'll come to the same conclusions as I did. Did he have a wallet?
Oh, here. Nothing's been touched.
£2, an identification card, a receipt for some gloves, and... what's this? A photograph of a girl. Uncommonly handsome, I'd say.
Oh, she is indeed, sir. That's, Anne Harrison.
His girl?
Well, that's hard to say, Mr. Holmes. Annie is, well, what you might call a free spirit.
I think we should visit her.
That's not possible. She disappeared a few days ago. Her family's upset. Doesn't know where she is.
Have they reported her missing?
Oh, no, it's not like that. She left a note saying she was going to London and she'd be gone some time.
Does she have friends in London?
None that we know.
Was she still seeing William before she took off for London?
Well, it was kind of an off-again, on-again thing. It's sort of difficult to explain.
Inspector, I think our next step is to visit the scene of the crime. Here we are, Inspector. According to your eyewitnesses, the struggle took place about here.
Yes, sir. And now?
Now you'll struggle with me.
Oh, but Mr. Holmes, Mr. Watson said...
Hush, man. We'll only simulate a struggle.
Come on. Now, come on.
Remember, this is a matter of life and death. Enough. That should do it.
What are you doing, sir?
Examining the ground here.
But we can see the marks where the struggle took place just a few feet away.
True, Inspector. But I must base my deductions on facts, and facts must be tested. Come along now. We are finished here.
Where to?
The King's Arms.
Well, that's a local pub.
Oh, I didn't know that. It was the name on the matchbox William Kerwin was carrying.
Well, there'll be nothing there but a lot of gossip.
Exactly what I'm hoping. A lot of gossip about a free spirit named Anne Harrison.
Suspenseful is an expression much used and loved by Gaelic detectives who cling to the belief that at the center of every crime is a woman. However, in the 1,300 pages that constitute the Holmesian saga, it's a rarity to come upon a case where the catalyst of the crime was a woman. Have we made a discovery? We'll find out in Act 2 shortly. The importance of the straight man in comedy has been well established. But how about literature? There would have been no Dr. Johnson without Boswell. And in detective fiction, where would Hercule Poirot have been without his Jeremy Hastings? And Sherlock Holmes without Dr. Watson is unthinkable. Therefore, it's surprising to find Holmes pursuing clues in a murder investigation without the good doctor at his side. We find him at the Reigate Village pub without Watson.
Barney, this is Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Mr. Holmes, this is Barney Stapleford, the owner of the King's Arms.
Oh, it's an honor. I never thought I'd meet the famous Sherlock Holmes in person. Drinks are on the house.
Thank you, but it's a little early for me.
Mr. Holmes is looking for information about Anne Harrison.
Oh, well, that might take some time. You mind if I sit down?
By all means.
Well, now, Mr. Holmes, what would you like to know?
First, did she come here often?
If you called 2 or 3 times a week, often she did. But then again, there's not much doing in Reigate. Not for a high-spirited looker like Addie, that is. Oh, no wonder she's off for London. That's where she belongs, if you ask me.
Did she have a particular friend among the local gentry?
Well, I don't rightly know. You could call them gentry. Although Mr. Acton and young Alec Cunningham are big landowners. But William Kerwin was fair gone on her.
And how did she feel about him?
Well, same way she felt about anything in trousers. She loved him.
Oh, come on now, Barney. That's not...
Oh, Inspector, you know Annie as well as I do. As I recall, you had a bit of a fling with her yourself.
Well, Barney, that tongue of yours is going to get you into a lot of trouble one of these days.
Now, Inspector, nothing wrong with what our host has been saying. All I gather is that Anne Harrison engenders warm feelings in the opposite sex.
She was trouble. That's how she came to meet the inspector here. He was called in to break up a brawl between Alex Cunningham and Mr. Acton.
And there you go again, Barney. It was simply a loud argument, not a brawl.
Over Miss Harrison?
She seemed to have gotten her dates mixed up, and Mr. Holmes, she did seem to enjoy the fracas.
When was Miss Harrison last in here?
Oh, I disremember exact date. But I do know she was with William. Must have been about a fortnight ago.
Then that would have been before the burglary at Mr. Acton's, wouldn't it?
That's right, sir. Just about before that time.
When Holmes returned with Inspector Forrester, he looked drawn and pale, and I insisted he go up to his room and rest. I took this opportunity to try to find out from the inspector what progress he and Holmes had made with the case.
Well, it's no use asking me any more questions, Doctor. Mr. Holmes is behaving very queerly. Makes me simulate a struggle, break through hedges, and I told you about his interest in village gossip.
No need to alarm yourself, Inspector. I found that there's usually method in his madness.
Well, some folks might say there was madness in his message.
It's not the first time we've heard that from the police, eh, Watson?
Oh, I'd hoped you'd rested longer, Holmes. You really should.
Nonsense, dear friend. Your prescription did wonders for me. Inspector, I think we'd do well if we had a talk with Anne Harrison. Every effort should be made to locate her in London.
Begging your pardon, Mr. Holmes, but I don't see the young lady as a key in this murder. We know for a fact that she was well away before William Cohen was shot.
And well away just before the Acton house was ransacked.
Well, coincidence, probably.
Had she ever gone to London before?
Not to my knowledge.
I prefer dealing with facts, not coincidences, Inspector. The facts are the Acton house was robbed. The Cunningham coachman murdered. Both families are involved in a lawsuit, and members of both families have evinced a strong interest in Anne Harrison, who, coincidentally, is also deeply involved with William Kerwin, the murdered coachman.
I take it that you attach no great importance to the scrap of paper found in the dead man's hand.
You take it wrongly, Inspector. Whoever wrote that note was responsible for bringing William Kerwin out of his bed and perhaps to his death. How did William get the note? Was it delivered by hand, or did it come through the post?
When I made inquiries, William received a letter by the afternoon post yesterday. The envelope was destroyed.
Excellent, Inspector. Now, we agree that this is part of a sheet of paper torn out of the dead man's hand. Why was someone so anxious to get possession of it?
Well, because it might incriminate him.
Exactly. And what would he do with it once he'd gotten hold of it?
Oh, well, I have no idea. Oh, I told you the ground was searched thoroughly in the hope of finding him.
No, Inspector. If our deductions are correct so far, our criminal was in a desperate hurry. He is not likely to have stopped to dispose of it. And we can buttress this line of reasoning by noting that he was in such a rush, he overlooked the piece left in William Kerwin's hand.
Oh, very true, sir, very true. But how does that help us decide what he did with it?
The most likely thing. He thrust it into his pocket. If we could get the rest of that sheet, we'll have gone a long way towards solving the mystery.
Well, I've heard you were a miracle worker, Mr. Holmes. But how do we get to the criminal's pocket before we catch the criminal?
Obviously, Inspector. Exactly the same way you make an omelet without breaking eggs.
After the inspector had left, not without giving Holmes a very strange look and promising to meet again with Holmes later in the day, I had questions to put to my old friend.
Inspector Forrester is quite good, Watson. But he is inclined to rush things without examining the facts very closely.
As a matter of fact, Holmes, he was complaining about your methods as being time wasters. And for the life of me, I couldn't explain to him why you insisted on making sure that William Kerwin had indeed been shot.
I never questioned that for a moment, my dear fellow.
Oh, but then...
Think, Watson, think. What were we told?
That the man was shot.
Of course. And?
And that the intruder or the killer ran off and escaped.
Before that, Watson. Before that.
Before. Well, there was a struggle.
Excellent. Now, bring to bear your knowledge as a physician. Two men are struggling. One presumably has a gun. Suddenly, a shot. A man falls. The other runs away. What, as a physician, would you expect to find on the body of the corpse?
Powder burns, of course.
Exactly. But, Watson, not only were there no powder burns on the body, neither could I find any on the clothes that William Kerwin had on him when he was shot.
Good heavens. Did you tell this to Inspector Forrester?
Oh, I tried to point it out to him, but he's off on another scent.
You promised to tell me about the note, and why you were so positive that Anne Harrison hadn't written the note.
No one person wrote that note, Watson.
What on earth do you mean?
No doubt you noted that I made a very careful examination of the corner of the paper which the inspector submitted to us, and it was evident to me that two different people had collaborated on the writing of the note, doing alternate words.
But why, Holmes? Why in the world would two people go to such lengths to write a note in that fashion?
Obviously, the business was a bad one, and one of the writers distrusted the other and was determined that whatever was done, each should have an equal hand in it.
Then murder must have been a possibility when the note was written.
You never cease to amaze me, Watson. That is indeed a most excellent deduction. And certainly, if not murder, a devilish bit of business.
Then, of course, we can throw out the possibility that the burglaries at Acton's and this crime were in any way connected.
I find it difficult to believe that two crimes such as this, committed within a fortnight of each other and involving two families who are having a dispute, is merely a coincidence. Particularly when you add the complication of Anne Harrison's involvement with both the families and the murdered man.
But Holmes, what is the connection? What could it be?
Watson, if we knew that, we'd know everything. But come along. We have an appointment with Inspector Forrester at the scene of the crime.
Mr. Holmes, I have news from London, and it may be important.
Was she badly injured?
Oh, she's in the hospital, but the doctors say that she'll recover. Oh, hold on. I never said Annie was hurt. How did you...
Come, Inspector. You have news from London of great importance and interest to me. That news could only concern the young lady, Anne Harrison.
Well, that's all very well, but the fact that she was hurt...
I know of your personal interest in the lady, and since you're obviously perturbed and flustered, it could only be that she'd suffered some harm. How did it occur?
She was set upon by some thugs, robbed and beaten. But fortunately, they caught the rascals.
And they implicated someone from this area?
Not precisely, but they did say they were hired.
I see. Do you recall the name of the officer in charge of the case?
Well, I'm not sure. It was something that sounded like, Lester or Lestrade.
Inspector Lestrade. I know him. He's a competent man, and we'll have that sort of information from him soon. But I fear we can't wait. I see you placed a constable by the kitchen door. So let us get to work immediately. If you'd be so kind, Inspector, as to go around the front, I'll have the constable open the kitchen door for me to enable me to take some tests.
And what will you be wanting of me in the front, Mr. Holmes?
Times. When I see Dr. Watson appear, I'll want to know the exact time.
I'll be waiting, Mr. Holmes.
Come along, Watson. Throw the door open, if you please, officer. Now, Watson, I'd like you to go up those stairs about halfway and tell me what you can see.
With or without my glasses, Holmes?
No, I want you to wear them, please. There, that's far enough, Watson. Now tell me, what do you see?
Well, I can see the garden quite clearly.
Anything else?
Oh, yes, a good part of the hedge that lines the road.
Anything in particular strike you?
Yes, there's a large bush in the garden near the hedge. Stands out clearly.
Excellent, Watson. I'd like you to join me now.
What was that all about, Holmes?
It was on those stairs that young Alec Cunningham was standing when he saw the men struggling. Come along outside again. And he saw the fellow get away by crashing through the hedge just to the left of that bush. Now, look up at the house yonder. The second window from the left.
That's my father's room.
Oh. Then you must be Alec Cunningham.
And you must be the famous Sherlock Holmes from London.
Thank you. And this is my friend and colleague, Dr.
Watson.
Mm-hmm. Well, Watson, it seems that our young friend here is acquainted with us.
As is the world, Mr. Holmes. I saw you strolling about here and came to tell you that my father's been so upset by the events of the past few days that he has taken to his bed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Anything you want to know, I'll be only too happy to tell you. But I'm sure Inspector Forrester has told you everything you need to know.
He's been very cooperative, but there are still some questions to be answered.
Not by my father.
That won't be necessary. It's obvious that your father could very well have seen the two men struggling from his window, just as you observed them from the stairs.
Yes, that's right.
And then you ran out and knelt beside the wounded man?
Correct.
I wonder if you could show us the precise spot. The ground is very hard, you see, and there are no marks to guide us.
Well, if you wish. Although I don't know what good it will do. I thought you were never at a loss. Yes, but here. Right here is where I knelt down.
Just as the inspector told me.
You know, Mr. Holmes, you don't seem to be so very quick as you're supposed to be.
Oh, well, all of us need a little time.
Well, you'll need it. Bumbling around here, I don't see that we have any clue at all.
Well, no, that's not fair. You don't know that if Holmes could only lay his hands on...
Good heavens, Mr. Holmes, what's the matter?
He's been overdoing it. That's what... Here, help me with him. Gently now.
On the ground, Dr. Watson.
Oh, together we can carry him into the house. And there, I'm sure he'll come round.
What is sometimes overlooked by the devotees of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson is the genuine respect that Holmes had for Watson's ability as a physician. Although Holmes was tolerantly skeptical of Watson's deductive powers, there is no instance in any of the stories where Holmes denigrated Watson's medical skills. That's all to the good, because it appears that Holmes himself is sorely in need of those skills now. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. I don't think anyone can really claim to be a real fan of Sherlock Holmes who isn't also a lover of the English countryside. So many of Holmes' cases take him and Watson to the moors or to various charming spots in Sussex, Wessex, or as in this case, Surrey. But they are actually tours organized for aficionados where they can retrace the steps of their favorite sleuth. Here we are in the village of Reigate in Surrey, in the living room of the Cunningham house.
I'm most dreadfully sorry, Cunningham. I'm sure I put you to a good deal of inconvenience.
Nonsense, Holmes. I was worried about you there. You looked rather ghastly.
Mr. Holmes has only just recovered from a severe illness.
I've probably been overdoing, Watson.
Shall I send you home in my carriage?
Thank you very much, but since I'm here, there's one point I'd like to clear up.
What is it?
It seems to me to be a distinct possibility that your coachman, William, arrived not before, but after the entrance of the burglar into the house.
Can't see why you'd think that.
The door was forced. The marks were clear, but you and your father take it for granted that the robber never got in.
Well, I'd not yet gone to bed, and I'd certainly have heard anyone moving about.
Where were you?
In my dressing room.
Your dressing room? Is that the window next to your father's?
Yes, it is.
Then both of your lamps were lit?
Undoubtedly. We were both up.
That's very curious. Very curious indeed.
What are you talking about?
The fact that a burglar, and a burglar who had some previous experience, should choose to break into a house when he could see from the lights that two of the family were still awake.
Your notion that the man robbed the house before William tackled him is absurd. We should have found the place disarranged and also found things missing.
It depends on what the things were. You must remember that we're dealing with a very peculiar burglar who appears to work on lines of his own. For example, look at the queer lot he took from Acton's. What was it again?
Ball string, leather weight, and other odds and ends.
Thank you, Watson.
Well, crime isn't my field, and we're quite in your hands, Mr. Holmes. Anything you suggest will be done.
Excellent. In the first place, I should like you to offer a reward.
Now, whatever you say.
I've jotted down the form here, if you'd be kind enough to sign it. I thought £50 was quite enough.
Well, my father and I would be willing to give 500.
Here's the form.
Oh, well, this isn't quite correct.
I wrote it rather hurriedly.
This reads, whereas at about 1:45 on Tuesday morning, an attempt was made, and so on. Well, it was at 11:45, as a matter of fact.
Oh, my apologies. You're quite correct, of course. I can't think how I happened to...
Holmes, this just goes to prove that you're still not yourself.
No matter. I'll make the correction. And, Mr. Holmes, get it printed as soon as possible. You may have mistaken the time, but the idea is an excellent one. Here you are.
Thank you. And now I think we should go over the house together and make sure that this rather erratic burglar didn't carry anything away with him. Let's start with the door here. Marks indicate a chisel or a strong knife was used to force the bolt back in. You don't use bars then, Cunningham?
We've never found it necessary.
You do keep a dog, though?
Yes, but he's chained to the other side of the house.
When do the servants go to bed?
Usually about 10.
Was that also true of William?
Yes.
It's singular that he should have been up on this particular night.
And so Holmes continued his methodical inspection of the architecture of the house, and not without a good deal of grumbling from young Alec Cunningham, who refused to yield when Holmes wanted to go into his father's room. We were in young Cunningham's dressing room, and he offered to let Holmes examine his bedchamber. Holmes accepted. As we entered the room, a carafe of water and a dish of oranges stood near the foot of the bed. To my astonishment, as we passed, Holmes deliberately knocked the whole thing over.
Now you've done it, Watson. A pretty mess you've made.
But Holmes, I never... Well, I suppose I'll try to clean it up.
Now, here, I'll give you a hand.
Mind the glass pieces.
Well, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, Doctor, but in my opinion, your friend Holmes is off his head.
His behavior may be due to his recent...
Hello. Where is he off to now? Huh? Where is he? Well, I can't have him running around here.
Holmes? Holmes, where are you?
Help! Watson! Forster! Help!
Oh, you don't let go there. Oh, what's
going on here?
Arrest these men, Inspector.
Mr. Cunningham and his son?
They're the ones.
Well, on what charge?
Murdering their coachman, William Kerwin.
Oh, come now, Mr. Holmes. I'm sure you don't really mean...
But, man, look at their faces.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Cunningham. I trust this will prove to be an absurd mistake.
This is what we really wanted.
The remainder of the note.
Precisely.
Where did you find it?
Well, I was sure it must be. I'll explain everything to you presently. Watson, I'll be back with the inspector at Colonel Hayter's in time for lunch.
And Holmes was as good as his word. He and Inspector Forrester arrived just as the Colonel and I were sitting down.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson is giving me the news. I still can't bring myself to believe it. The Cunninghams? Are you sure you're not barking up the wrong tree? Oh, I'm afraid he's not, Colonel. Your thoughts were the same as mine. But there's no question Mr. Holmes has gotten the right end of the stick. Although how he came to see it is beyond me.
Inspector, your handicap was in knowing these important people. You recall that we both agreed immediately upon the importance of the scrap of paper in the dead man's hand.
Certainly, but that in itself...
Excuse me, Inspector. Alec Cunningham said that the assailant, after shooting Kerwin, fled instantly. Did he not?
Yes.
Then it couldn't have been the assailant who'd torn the paper from the dead man's hand. And since young Cunningham said he'd knelt by the dead man, and then his father and servants had come upon the scene, therefore the only one who could have snatched the paper had to be Mr. Alec Cunningham.
Ah, it's crystal clear, Mr. Holmes. Well, now it is, Colonel. Oh, but at the time...
We had another clue. Remember, Inspector? I called your attention to the condition of William Kerwin's clothes. Because, according to Alec Cunningham's statement, he was shot at close range. But there were no powder burns upon the clothing. It was then that I found myself looking askance at the part which had been played by Mr. Alec Cunningham.
But the motive, Holmes... Why would the Cunninghams want to murder their coachman?
Exactly, Watson. The question cries out for an answer. I felt all along that the answer would be found in the note that was torn from the dead man's hand. But the question remained, where was that note?
Well, my question is, what the devil was the coachman doing in the garden at that time of night if he didn't see a burglar?
If you throw out the burglar theory, and I'd already discarded that, for reasons which I'll explain shortly, there remains only one answer. He was there to meet someone.
But, Holmes, I thought you were convinced this whole thing started with the burglary at the Acton house.
And so it did, with the thieves taking a collection of useless objects, which leads to the inescapable conclusion that the robbers didn't find what they were looking for and just took the first things that came to hand to make it appear to be a robbery.
Why, I fail to see the connection.
And now is the time to refer to the corner of paper the inspector submitted to me. As I told you, Watson, it seemed to be part of a most remarkable document.
You said it was written by two people writing alternate words.
Wasn't that drawing a rather long bow, Mr. Holmes?
Not at all, Inspector. Let me draw your attention to the strong T's of at and to, and ask you to compare them with the weak ones of quarter and 12. And you'll instantly recognize the facts.
Well, now that you point it out, it seems very clear.
But there's much more. You may not be aware that the deduction of a man's age from his writing is one which has been brought to considerable accuracy by handwriting experts. It was simple to deduce that the writers of this note were a young man and a much older one. And there's a further and much subtler point. The handwriting belongs to men who are blood relatives.
Oh, come, Mr. Holmes, this almost smacks of witchcraft. So that put you squarely on the trail of the Cunninghams.
And the note. I was almost certain that young Alec had torn it out of the dead man's hand and thrust it into the pocket of his dressing gown.
Why the dressing gown, Holmes?
Time, Watson, time. Where else could he put it?
Well, at that moment, I'll agree. But why would he not have destroyed it later?
He would have, if he had known of its importance. And you, Watson, were about to inform him of that fact when, by the luckiest chance in the world, I tumbled down in a sort of fit and so changed the conversation.
Holmes, do you mean to say that faint of yours was an imposture?
Then, when I recovered, I managed to get young Alec to write the word 12, so that I might compare it with the 12 in the paper.
Oh, I swear I'll never waste sympathy upon you again, Holmes.
It was necessary, Watson, just as it was for me to blame you for upsetting the table, so that I could get to the dressing gown and find the paper there.
Yeah, well, that's all very well, but confound it, I still don't know why the Cunninghams killed their coachman.
Colonel, the old man cracked and told us the whole story when he saw how strong a case we had against him. It was pretty much as I had deduced. He and his son Alec had robbed the Acton house looking for a legal document that would have helped in their lawsuit against Acton. When they failed to find it, they tried to make it appear like an ordinary robbery.
Yeah, but where does William Kerr...
He witnessed the robbery, and he attempted blackmail. The Cunninghams think he slipped out and followed them the night of the robbery. But I think otherwise.
You have some reason for that, Holmes?
The note. Here's the whole text. If you will come around to the East Gate, you will be very much surprised and learn something of the greatest value to you and Annie Harrison. Say nothing to anyone.
You think Annie was in on it?
Well, let's say that it's entirely possible that she and William Kerwin were out walking the night of the robbery. And after seeing what went on, it's also possible that Annie may have suggested the whole plot to William. However, that's no longer important. And Watson and I want to thank you for the distinct success of our quiet rest in the country.
That we know Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson intimately. A tribute to the literary magic of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yet Doyle left out so many questions in the private lives of his two immortals unanswered. For example, did you know that Watson married a second time? He did, according to a later Holmesian story, but no one knows her name. Simply because Dr. Watson never mentioned it. Well, perhaps therein lies the charm. I'll be back shortly. One reason for the enduring popularity of the Sherlock Holmes tales may lie in the life of Conan Doyle himself. He was not only a writer, but also a doctor, athlete, dramatist, historian, war correspondent, and spiritualist. But most of all, he was always the helper of the underdog. And that may be his biggest asset. Our cast included Gordon Gould, William Griffiths, Ray Owens, and Lloyd Battista. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
All right. Come on, now, settle down, fella. I know you're not too fond of being bathed. This only take a couple of minutes now.
Come on, Skeeter. What's this plan of yours?
Well, the first thing I have to do is get on the phone to these friends of mine who do their racing out in Western Canada.
Mm-hmm. What are they going to tell you?
If they happen to have any bay geldings about 16 hands high racing up there.
Skeeter, I hope you're not thinking what I think you're thinking.
And what might that be, huh?
You're looking for a ringer.
Ted, we find a horse that can pass a Proud Chief's twin. Except for the fact that this other Proud Chief can run fast enough to win races. We'll be setting ourselves up for some tidy profits.
Peter, you gotta be crazy even to think of trying to pull such a stunt.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by White Westinghouse Appliance Company. This is Tammy Grimes, inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.